Hey everybody, this is Christian back on the scene, and I am here to talk to y'all on my work break. So, when I am on my work break, sometimes I go on the internet and I see all of this stuff, and then just something made me be like, just put it on your channel. I don't want to have to go back and forth with people in the comments about the things that I think. Like, why not just put it on my channel, put it out there, and then see what people have to say about it that way. So let's get into it. The first thing that I wanted to talk about was Kanye. Okay, so just yesterday, Kanye did a pop-up concert or festival or whatever with a lot of different artists. Some of the artists that was there was like, it looked like Quavo might have been there. I did see like Dirk was there. Just a lot of different artists, okay? So in this concert, Kanye wore a mask. And it looked like an executioner mask, but a lot of people said that it was a KKK mask. And then the way that it was like kind of marketed out there was that it was a KKK mask, okay? And so there's been a lot of controversy about like, is this a KKK mask? Are you guys trying to just be salacious? And here are my thoughts about that. Now, I honestly feel like Kanye is the type of person who does things for shock factor. I feel like he does things to try to gain attention and views, and he is very good at manipulating the emotions of the Black community and dropping a product. Like, he does that. Like, if that is his guerrilla marketing techniques and strategies, okay? So this would not be the first time that he has said something that has been, or done something that was like outrageous, and then all of a sudden he has like this new product or whatever. So with this situation, I honestly feel that Kanye probably put it on like an executioner mask. It probably was an executioner mask. I don't necessarily think it was a KKK mask, even though I can't prove anything. Everything that I say here is alleged. However, I do believe that when he looked in the mirror, just like when we looked at the picture, he saw what he saw, and he knows that it looks something like a KKK mask. Sorry, y'all, I am on my break, so if you hear anything, I'm on break. This break time, Chrissy, okay? So I think that he did look at it and he saw like, this looks like a KKK mask, okay? And decided to wear it anyway. I think that he knows what it implies. And in true Kanye fashion, he's going to do it anyway because it's outrageous. It's on the edge. It's, something that's going to start a conversation like the one that we're having right now. And my thoughts about that is I think that to go to those lengths to get attention is disgraceful. I think that is disgraceful to himself. I think that is disgraceful to the Black community, and I think that is disrespectful and disgraceful to his ancestors, who are very present. Okay? He needs to stop it. He needs to stop. Because he's treading on thin waters. Like, the ancestors don't play. They don't. Okay? And he's already done some things against the Black community in the past. So I don't necessarily find this to be surprising, to be honest. Now, you find a lot of people who are out here saying that, oh, he's making a stance and he's saying something important here. He's trying to empower us to take the things that are made against us and eliminate the fear against them and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay. I could possibly understand that if it was not for the fact that I have not seen Kanye donate to the Black community. I don't know what's going on with the Donda Foundation, which is in Chicago, which is a huge Black community that needs a lot of help. I have not seen him try to revitalize any inner cities, any apartments, projects, schools. Um, I haven't even seen him invest his sperm into the black community since he first came on the scene, when he had that African American fiance that he dropped to the side and then longed after Kim Kardashian for years before he actually got her, put 5 babies in her, and left her for an even whiter woman. But that's besides the point. Okay? But what I'm saying is that he's never been a champion for the black community. So I don't understand why anybody would think that this imagery is to try to champion or empower anybody but himself. Okay, like, he literally is doing this for clicks and views, as Krishan. He clickbait, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. It's giving clickbait. Okay, and he getting them clicks. He baiting them in. But one thing about me is I don't have a short memory. I remember when you was over there with Trump. I remember when you said that stuff about slavery. I remember when you were pro-black when you first came on the scene. And I remember gold diggers and how you manifested your own destiny. I remember it all. And so I have not supported Kanye for years, and I will not start. I don't want a pair of Yeezys. I don't want none of it. I don't want any of it. Now, does that mean that he's not brilliant? He's brilliant. Does that mean he's not talented? He's talented. But I refuse to support someone who is going to do these types of things that are so hurtful to the black community to get attention, okay? And then you have poor whites who are a part of the Ku Klux Klan, who are in close proximity to black people who this may have agitated. And then you have blacks on the ground floor who are going to suffer the consequences. Meanwhile, he is twice removed from the black community. There is absolutely no reason for him to be around any poor blacks or any poor whites or any poor anybody. So he's not even experiencing the consequences of the things that he's doing. So even if he was taking a stance, it's definitely not in the best interest of anybody on the ground floor. So, to be honest, I'm over Kanye, and he can take that mask and shove it, okay? Where the light don't shine. Next thing I want to talk about is Diddy. So, Diddy, there's been a lot of controversy, you know, a lot of things have been coming out about Diddy, the Cassie lawsuit. All of it is allegedly. However, he's allegedly been doing a lot of stuff over the years. And when you get so many alleges, it's like, is it really alleged? Or are we just saying that to be politically correct? But I'm willing to say it because one thing about me is you're not about to come and try to take some money that I don't have. I doubt that he would even see this, but still, okay? So, when it comes to Diddy, one thing I will say is that I don't necessarily trust how all of this stuff is coming out. Now, I know that there was a new piece of litigation that it basically lifted the statute of limitations when it comes to SA in the state of New York, right? So then you can be able to file a civil suit, not a criminal suit, but a civil suit against someone who SA'd you without the statute of limitations being put on it. So a lot of people are starting to take advantage of that. However, the litigation, let's talk about the litigation, okay? I honestly feel, and this is all alleged, but these are my thoughts, that it's very funny that after Diddy got into the whole confrontation with the tequila company, that this litigation started to pass. And one thing that I tell a lot of people is that you never know. There are people who own companies who own multiple sub companies and who have their hands in a lot of different pots. You know, they say the average millionaire has 7 streams of income. You know what I mean? So when you look at that situation, you never know who that person could have been connected to. So I just looked at like something simple like Nestle, right? Nestle owns more than 2,000 brands, okay? 2,000 brands. And when you really get to looking at it, you'll be like, wow, all of these things that they own, all of these different brands Nestle owns. Okay, so they own Gerber. Okay, they own like Nido, which is like some type of Mexican baby food. They own Perrier, Pellegrino. Of course, you know they own Pure Life. They have cereals. What are the cereals they have? Like, seriously, like, I guess plenty of cereals. Cheerios is on this website right here. What else? So many things. Coffee Mate, DiGiorno, Dog Chow, Drumsticks, Essentia Water, Felix Cat Food, like I said, Gerber, Hot Pockets. They own Lean Cuisine. I mean, so many, many different things that they own. And it's like, you will look at that and it helps you to understand that even though he may have gotten into it with the owner of the tequila company, you never know what other companies that this person could own. You never know what connections this person can have of lobbying. You never know what his company has lobbied for, what legislators this company owner has connections to. All of these things are true and real, okay? And allegedly, right? So with that being said, I honestly feel like after he got into it with them, they went to work. And when I say they went to work, the way that they work is they're going to go all the way around to hit you straight in your face. Okay, so I think that this litigation got passed, and he was the first one to get fired up with all of those assaults, because it's really crazy how you're not really seeing a lot of other celebrities getting too many other lawsuits, but Diddy's getting hit back to back to back to back. It's very, very, very suspicious. Like Dr. Umar said, don't that seem suspicious? However, even though it is suspicious, I think he deserves every single part of it. I honestly believe that he is guilty. I think that he has been essaying women and men over the last not even decade, even longer than that, okay? And I think that he did these things to be a part of this wheel. And when the wheel was working for him, it was amazing. And then he got into it with the wrong person, and now the wheel is working against him. But that does not negate all of the time that you were complicit. You know, the love of money is the root to all evil. It truly, truly is. And it will allow a person to do so many different things that are just out of control, just completely disgraceful as a whole, right? And so that is one of the things that I feel like he was willing to do is essay people, and go through traffic with these people. You know what I mean? If you know what I mean. And not just these people, children, young girls, okay? I think that is a part of what keeps the wheel going. And it's just unfortunate that he is now being rolled over by that wheel. But each person who is complicit in their will have their day, whether it's in this lifetime or the next. So to be honest, do I think they're trying to bring him down? Absolutely. Do I think do I think that he deserves to be brought down? Absolutely. Absolutely. You guys need to go back and watch some of those Making the Band episodes, and you will see he was completely unhinged, and it was okay back then. And you see these shifts in consciousness where you understand that like things that used to be okay just aren't okay anymore. And so, yeah, like I said, he deserves it. Sayonara, good riddance to you. Next caller. Okay, so now I want to talk about the Zara controversy. This one is just really, really sick to me. And I just like think that it's so weird and so disgusting. And it kind of falls in line with a lot of this stuff that's going on in the fashion industry and these imageries that they're trying to put out there. When I saw the Zara campaign, it reminded me of the Balenciaga campaign that they did, and it was promoting BDSM with children, and really Philly pediolia, okay? Right? So that's the only way I could put it. Like, if you know, you know, right? And so I just feel that us as a society have such a short memory, because I mean it was an outrage. It was an outrage, and people were zooming in, and they saw that the papers supported the philia pedia, okay, case on the papers. And then you turn around and you see people wearing Balenciaga. These same people who are part of this wheel. I think it's all connected. I think the music, the fashion, the media, it's all connected. They're all the same victims. They all party together. Have you ever asked yourself, like, why is an Anna Wintour hanging with a Nicki Minaj? I mean, because you can understand her being dressed, but why y'all hanging out? Y'all not in the same age group. Y'all are... Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, to me, it feels like they're all together. And they all come together, and they all know something that we don't. And I think that these messages are slowly put out in the music, in the fashion, in the media, and they work together to normalize and desensitize us as a population. So bringing it back to Zara. So the whole thing that happened with their campaign is that they basically fashioned their campaign based off of what's going on the Gaza Strip. So I don't know if any of you guys have never seen. You probably need to go and see it, even though it trigger warning right now. It is triggering. What's going on the Gaza Strip? Now, there are unalived people that are laying just in the streets, and they're being covered by these white sheets, right? And I honestly feel like covering a body in a white sheet is a way of being able to honor and venerate their spirit, okay? It's something about covering them. I don't know what it is exactly, but my spirit tells me that it venerates them in a way. And it represents purity and passing on. And for them to take that and try to make it fashion, it's utterly disgusting. Utterly, okay? So Zara, they have like literally bodies wrapped in white sheets on the floor. Models having the bodies like slang over their shoulders. And it looks like a bomb just went off in whatever room that they're in. And everybody could see as soon as they saw it that it was a play towards what's going on in Palestine right now. And to make it even worse, it gets deeper. They surfaced, what ended up surfacing was a DM between the creative director of Zara's campaign and a Palestinian model, where she spewed all of this hatred towards him, okay? She said so many different things, and then it's just really funny and coincidental that all of a sudden they're making this ad that is based off of this, okay? So I just kind of think that it's really, I think it's inappropriate. I think it's disgusting. And I think that we as a society need to really, really watch the images that we allow to be taken in. And we as a society need to not have a short memory. And we need to literally stop supporting these companies who are doing these types of things. I don't want to see you back in a Zara outfit 3 months from now after you just were in outrage. Just like I don't want to see people in Balenciaga, you know. It's just, it's time to stop. It's time for us to stop giving people passes and grace on them spewing real life hatred. Real life hatred. Trying to desensitize us as a nation to what's going on over there, because our nation is funding what's going on over there. I'll just let that sit and sizzle in your spirit right there, because I think it's a ploy to get us to not be upset. Let's make it fashion. Let's make it fetch. It'll never be fetch. And it'll always be disgusting. It'll always be terrible. And with knowledge comes responsibility. So when you know, you cannot support those type of companies. I won't be supporting them. And it's quite easy to me because I never liked Zara. But that's not the point. Just like with that whole thing that happened with H&M and the monkey thing, that was a long time ago. Have not worn a piece of H&M clothing since. And you will not see me in Zara. So, you know, that's really what my thoughts are about that. Is like, really, really pay attention. Pay attention. Open your eyes out here, because there's a lot going on. The last thing that I want to talk about is a little more lighthearted, which we probably need right now, is my Ratchet TV. Now, I am almost to the point where I'm going to have to stop watching this, because it's like, it's so ratchet, but it's really starting to become truly, truly problematic to the Black community, because, like, dark skin versus light skin, Zeus, what are y'all doing? I mean, it was one thing to watch y'all fight. I've been watching people fight since World Star Hip Hop or whatever, Bad Girls Club, okay? But promoting colorism is just, and then they tried to like change it to like, oh, caramel queens and yellow queens, and it's like, so y'all that slow. Y'all slow like that. And see, that's another thing that makes me feel like there's just things at play that are truly against the community, because it's like Nick Cannon, of all people, he was so woke, like so woke, trying to tell people about, what's really going on out here, and then ended up getting caught up on those anti-Semitic remarks that he made, right? And then all of a sudden he almost died, and then he came back being baby daddy of the year and pushing colorism. Sounds real fishy. Like Dr. Umar, don't that seem suspicious? It sure does. So, but anywho, back to what I was really saying is that Rollie versus Biggie. Now, in this situation, I'm coming to the end of my break too, so I'm gonna be quick with this one. I honestly feel like the self-hate is so real, and it's really sad to see. I think that Rollie hates herself, and I think that Biggie, I don't know if I would say she hates herself, but she definitely does not have a true sense of self. Because if she's not rooted in herself, she's not going hard for herself like that. Okay? And I'm gonna tell you why. Now, Rollie, you are the first person. She is the first person to talk about somebody's body, somebody's weight, somebody's shape, how they look, they ugly, they whatever. Why are you so worried? Because you look like a box of rocks? Not even a box of rocks, because at least that'd be structured. You look like a sack of rocks. After all of those surgeries that you got, you still looking like a sack of rocks. And in the face too, like, boo, drink your water. Stop smoking those blunts to the bone, because they're making your lips black and your skin looks cratered. Like, you look unhealthy, girl. Very. With those dark circles right here, it's just not giving. It's not giving. I'm sorry. I think that she's just as ugly on the inside as she is on the outside, and until she addresses the hate that she has for herself, she's going to continuously be hateful towards other people. I think that her hate towards Biggie is completely unwarranted. You mad because somebody wanted to be your friend? Why are you mad because somebody want to be your friend? Because you know you're not deserving of friendship? Why? I never understood people like that. Like, why are you mad somebody's being nice to you? You're a weirdo. And you really hate yourself and don't think that you deserve for someone to genuinely be on your side. That's what I really think. Because you'd rather be on the side of people who don't like you and who have proclaimed not to like you, but you still deride them. Like Stunna and Krishan. Like, come on. Please. But I really thought it was really disgusting this season how she said that whole thing about T too. Like, oh, well, yeah, you thought you was pretty and effable. Like, who says stuff like that? Like, pretty and effable? Who thinks that way? You know what I mean? Like, come on, let's be real. So, I just kind of thought that was kind of crazy, out of pocket. And really, she just really needs to pump her brakes, because she's looking like a huge bully, and she's looking ugly, okay? Not just physically, but spiritually. And I kind of like was rooting for her before, because she didn't, I would say like the first season I was rooting for her, because it really, to me, seemed as though she did have some stances that were not that bad, and she wasn't hating as much. And she was more so like standing up for Slim and things like that. So she wasn't really the agitator as much, but like now that she's gotten comfortable, when people get comfortable, you really see their true colors. And she feels like she's like an irreplaceable part of the Baddies franchise. So she just feels like she could do whatever now. And babe, it's time for you to go. Nobody wants to see you. You don't even look cute. And whoever told you to wear those jean shorts, girl, that's who you need to be fighting. So I think those were E.T.'s shorts. Make it make sense, sis. And then as far as E.T. is concerned, back to Now That's the TV you go. It's giving Piggly Wiggly low budget baddie, okay? It's giving low budget like this video. And that's not okay. So Biggie though, speaking of self-love, like Biggie, love yourself more. Be more rooted in yourself. Understand that if you haven't done anything against anybody, and you know you haven't, and they just don't like you, they hating on you. And you don't need to ask a person why you don't like me. You know you ain't did nothing to that person. They're hating. So let it be up. Let it be up and stuck. I would have never tried to have a conversation with Rollie. Rollie could kiss my behind. I would have never been like, oh, what's the problem with us? Why we kept you friends? Why you get a problem with me? Girl, like, when they would have been like, is there anything else to address? I would have liked it better if you would have just ran up on her. Like, address this. Let's address it. Because I got to get my one last licking. Because, girl, you bit me. That's nasty. Okay? And then you got E.T., her little Clifford the Red Dog, just ganging up on her. It was just really, really disgusting and terrible to see. Even Natalie kind of got into it. I'm just like, wow. And I know we don't really see everything that happens behind the scenes, but to be honest, I just honestly feel like they align themselves with who they think is going to make them look better. And honestly, a lot of them are making themselves look terrible. It's crazy how you trying to say that Rollie brought somebody. She looked genuinely like she did not know what was going on. That's one. Two, you know, how you gonna say that to Rollie when Mariah Lynn brought her sister, my sister, okay, up to the event to fight Smiley? And nobody said anything about that. And the sister, she's not like she's some type of celebrity. She was in a button-up polo shirt like she just came from work at Taco Bell. So, make it make sense. It was looking like the net had just freshly came off of her bun. So, how is it okay for Mariah Lynn to do that? But then if Rollie did, then it's not okay. No. And whoever that person was that was allegedly, not allegedly, whatever with Rollie, didn't do half of the things that Mariah's sister did. Nobody's saying anything about that. It's the selective outrage for me. Like, it's the fake meetings and the selective outrage and the fake eviction notices. Like, if I was Rollie, I would just stay out of it, because for me, this is why I could never be a part of one of these shows. Because, like, if somebody ever tried to give me an eviction notice to get out of somewhere, one thing my grandmother and my mother always taught me is you never let anybody run you out of anywhere. Ever. That eviction notice would have been my next toilet paper. Okay? And then I would have had to roll it up and have Rollie smoke it. Because, baby, who do you think you are? Lemuel? You're not. You're not Lemuel. You don't have the power to try to tell people that they need to come or go. And Lemmy, if that's what you're trying to do, stop using Rollie. Send her home. Why would y'all bring her to send her home 2 episodes later? It's ridiculous. And it's bold. It's bold. I hate the way that they're doing her. But she's letting them do her that way. And so it's like, Rollie, get a backbone. I'm not even mad. I'm not mad at Rollie, or I'm not mad at Biggie, you know, for just being her, but I really truly want her to get a backbone and just stop seeking the validation of these people, because they are sick and they're evil and they mean, and you're better than that, sis. So but that's all that I have today. That was pretty much everything that I kind of wanted to talk about. It got it all out. So I will be back. I would love it if you guys were to like, share, or subscribe to my channel. And we'll come back and talk about some more stuff later. Peace.